All right, guys, we have come to the final segment in Football Week here on Average Joe Sports and the Pug's Thoughts in the Doghouse. And to sum it all up, we are going to run through our Super Bowl prediction preseason, and I'll just go ahead and start and get my East Coast accent out of the way. I have in the NFC the Philadelphia Eagles. I understand Michael Vick's going through an injury, but the reason why I picked them is because this team got embarrassed big time. They were calling each other, everybody, the Dream Team. In that sense,
Putting a lot of undue pressure on them.
Right.
There was no need for that, even though Michael Vick wasn't the one who said it.
Right. But and I also think that since there's a good core group of guys that went through that experience, they'll probably they're humble right now. So I got the Philadelphia Eagles in that regard. And also, I just think the NFC East is just not going to be as tough as it used to be. I do think Dallas will make some sort of run, but not as good to maybe make the playoffs. I don't see the Giants repeating as Super Bowl champs, or
it was definitely a flash in the pan sort of a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, traditionally, they play well against New England, as we all know.
Yeah, well, and if you are going to compare the Manning brothers, I'll take Peyton in the regular season and Eli in the postseason. I mean, that's
true.
So I got Philadelphia in the NFC, and I have...
Say it, buddy.
Baltimore. Oh, shut up. I got ties to New York. Anyway, I have the Baltimore Ravens winning the AFC. Just because, okay, now I can see the Ravens. I'm happy about that.
Yes,
But just based on what the Ravens did last year, a lot of people thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl, and they were a couple of field goals away from making it to the Super Bowl. But they still got the defense. They still got they got a pile of experience right now. And because of that, I see them finally getting over that hump and getting it into the Super Bowl. And I do think it will be the battle of the birds, and the Ravens will come up on top and hoist that Lombardi trophy.
Because that defense is staunch.
Yes. Go Terrell Suggs. I'm a huge Suggs fan. So I have the Ravens over the Eagles in the Super Bowl. What do you have?
All right, out of the AFC, unfortunately, I am going to pick America's team and pick the New England Patriots.
Oh, I was like, Dallas doesn't play.
That's why I threw you. I was like, he's going to be like...
Even though Dallas should not be America's team. But
well, they put a hole in the roof so that God can watch the Dallas Cowboys.
We have talked so much sports that I'm just going to save that tangent for off camera. All right. So, end of story, Dallas is not America's team. Period.
Okay.
Anyway.
So I've got New England Patriots coming out of the AFC just because I do believe that Tom Brady's got something to prove. He really does. He didn't feel that he performed at his best. The Gronkster was injured. He's still injured right now, but he's with the ankle injury. And I do feel that they had all the things that they needed in place. I think they could have just as been capable of winning last year's Super Bowl against the Giants as well. So,
which they almost won.
Which they definitely did almost win. And then Eli went Peyton on everybody and had the biggest drive of his life. Again, that's side comment. That's going to be a really interesting, Thanksgiving dinner. Hey, can you hand me that, Peyton? No, I got 2 rings.
Oof. Yeah.
Give me my soda. Sure. Anyway, and then out of the NFC, I am taking Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, that's a likable pick.
It's a very likable pick, but he's got great style. He actually did a relatively good job in the playoffs. I mean, he came up short, but I mean that can happen to great teams.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I have so much respect for Aaron Rodgers.
Me too, man.
Yeah, after what happened with him and Brett Favre. I mean, like,
And he literally, the fact that he came out and said, listen, I'm not Brett Favre. I'm
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. And the second he said that, I was like, that is a winner right there. He's going to shock everybody. And believe it or not, people in Green Bay are like, Brett who?
Yeah, well, and the thing that actually, if your Super Bowl prediction is correct, well, then the great thing will be is that Aaron Rodgers has won more Super Bowls than Brett Favre.
Right.
And I know that you're not necessarily going to put the Brett Favre conversation to bed.
No, you never will.
But at the same time, it would just be a perfect ending for the Aaron Rodgers story.
It would be a perfect ending, and it would literally just be end of story.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Exactly.
Like, the argument would be absolutely over. And so I actually have my Super Bowl champ of those two being the Green Bay Packers.
So the Green Bay Packers beating New England.
Correct.
All right. Well, that will include Football Week. We did it.
It's been a ride.
Yeah, it has. That was awesome. Yes, it was. So that will include football week. Final times, in case you missed any of this, we'll put links below. Check out Deshaun on Average Joe Sports. Check out Pug's Thoughts in the Doghouse, and we'll talk about next year. Maybe New Year's Day, doing a review or something like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we'll
It'll
do
be fun.
Exactly. All right. Well, we'll talk to y'all later, and go Seahawks, Wildcats, and Huskies.
Go Raiders. Go Seahawks. Go Wildcats. Go Huskies.
And also, James reminding you that Tom Brady took the football.
And I'm Deshaun, and we want the ball, and we're going to score.
Good night, Canada.
Good night, Canada.